a game about a tiger that throws boomerangs. Let's start with part 2. Why? Because that's the one that I have? Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 is a JRPG about rescuing bushes. Wait, that's not right. Ty 2 is a first-person shooter where you have to rescue George Bush. Ty gets rescued by bushes. Saving Private Bush. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 Bush Rescue is a 3D platformer that takes place in a post-apocalyptic Australia, much like Mad Max. Except all the humans have died out and anthropomorphic animals have risen up to take their place. Okay, I made up the part about being post-apocalyptic, but it is about anthropomorphic animals down under. It was released on the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox. We're going to be playing the Xbox version. It's time that I went into a little detail on what this game is about. You play as Ty, a Tasmanian tiger and part of an elite team of first responders called Bush Rescue. Actually, he's pretty much the only one in Bush Rescue. There's other members, but unless Ty's there to supervise them, they'll just stand around with their thumb up their ass. For example, Ty never actually pilots a helicopter, but he always has to be there to babysit whoever does. Or how about this? Oh hey Ty, we just got word that this oil rig is about to fucking blow up, and since you're only one of us that's worth a damn, and also happen to be right beside the bridge that takes you there, you should probably check that out. Okay, so I could go check that out. But I'm at the beach here, and these guys forgot their sunscreen. And the surf competition is about to start. So let's put this whole oil rig thing on hold. I'm just gonna go halfway across the map, get these fuckers their sunscreen, come right back, and then we can deal with the whole oil rig thing. It's just a bunch of highly flammable fossil fuels surrounded by a bunch of fire with hundreds of lives at risk. These shits are about to get sunburned, I can't let that happen! I'm not exaggerating, that is literally something that happened in my playthrough. So you're telling me that nobody else could go get your sunscreen? So you decided to bother the guy that's busy trying to stop forest fires and prevent fucking oil rigs from blowing up? You know, doing important shit? That's like asking Superman to go down to the store and pick up a jug of milk for you. I don't know what's worse. The fact that the game lets you do the sunscreen mission before the oil rig one, or that I willingly chose to do the sunscreen one first. At least to the game's credit, the situation shows off the wide assortment of missions you'll be doing. You'll be clearing crocs out of the sewer, testing out Bush Rescue's new training course, and preventing fucking oil rigs from blowing up. Then the next minute you'll be delivering lunch to some construction workers. Essentially, you do a bunch of odd jobs. And punch some dinosaurs. Wait, what the fuck? Gameplay can be broken down into 4 types. Go-karting, helicopter missions, truck driving, and platforming. Let's start with go-karting. Go-karting is the only optional gameplay type. You can do a whole playthrough without ever stopping at one of the racetracks. I can sum up go-karting in one word. Competent. The controls are pretty tight, despite the power slide being useless garbage, but they're competent. It's pretty much the definition of mediocrity. Not good, not bad, just competent. It's completely optional and is also a pretty decent way to make a quick buck in the single-player mode. And as a 2-player split-screen bonus mode, it's fun for about half an hour. As a completely optional bonus mode that you never have to touch, I like it. It shows that Chrome Studios cared about crafting a quality experience with plenty of content and variety. Next up are the helicopter missions. It's a helicopter, I guess? There's not really much to say about these. You fly up and down and pick up things. That's it. But the crocodiles make a funny gurgling noise when you stick them in the water, so that's neat. There's also submissions that are the exact same thing. Up, down, pick up things. Next! Truck driving. Okay, so to give a little context into why this part of the game even exists, I have to tell you about how the game is structured. It's a lot like Ocarina of Time, surprisingly. Every time you start up your save file, you'll spawn at the Bush Rescue HQ in Buramaji. Similarly to how you'd spawn in Kokiri Forest or the Temple of Time. And there you can make your way to the edge of town and get into your truck, which lets you explore the southern rivers. This game's equivalent to Hyrule Field. Now you can explore freely and stop at one of the many sub-areas marked on the map, or make your way over to one of your active missions. There's not much to do while driving the truck. No races, combat is pathetic and avoidable 90% of the time. Pretty much just blow up boxes and go from A to B. Despite how pointless the truck seemingly is, I really like it. You never spend more than 2 to 3 minutes driving the truck, and even though the map really isn't that big in actuality, it feels really big. I honestly think if this game had a level select or just a smaller foot-based hub world, it'd lose some of its charm and identity. So the truck gets a good old thumbs up from me. Now it's time for the main course, the platforming. This is where you'll spend most of your time in the game. For the time it was made, this game's moveset was fairly standard. Jump, glide, ranged attack, melee attack, and rail grind. Think Ratchet & Clank. Tie feels a bit light and floaty, but the controls are still pretty tight, so thumbs up, you nailed the platforming in a platformer. Additionally, there's also mech suits called bunyips that come in 4 different varieties. I know there's technically 5, but we already talked about the sub. Plus, it doesn't fucking count. It's a sub, not a robot! First off, there's the battle bunyip. This one's good at punching things. Second is the Thermo Extreme bunyip, that can swim in lava, put out fires, and let's face it, is really fucking stupid looking. Anyway, back on track, we have the Lifter bunyip. Pretty self-explanatory. And lastly, we have the secret bunyip that you get access to in the game's finale. The one they thought was so cool that they excluded it from the manual so it would be a surprise. The one, the only, the Shadow bunyip. Oh, come on, seriously? You expecting me to put a spoiler warning? It's a fucking kids game from 2004, who the fuck cares? You know what? While I'm at it, Darth Vader is Luke's father, and Bruce Willis was dead the whole time in The Sixth Sense. Go fuck yourself. So anyways, the Shadow bunyip is... it's fucking lame. Okay, so when I saw this thing for the first time as a kid, it was fucking rad, okay? I was hyped. A slick black and red color palette, and it shot fucking lasers! But, revisiting this game now, it seems fucking stupid. All they did is reskin a battle bunyip and give it a laser. And I would be fine with that, except the laser fucking sucks! The targeting on it is terrible. And using the lock-on function doesn't help because it doesn't seem to work half the time. I don't understand how they got all that shit functional for the boomerangs, but when you're in this hunk of garbage, it doesn't fucking work. Well, at least it looks pretty cool. Anyways, my point is that each bunyip, except for this piece of shit, feels unique from each other. I like to think of them as extensions of Ty's moveset, because unlike the copter and go-karts, you can enter and exit the bunyips at will. The levels with the thermal bunyip in particular seem to take advantage of this pretty well. Now about the mission structure. It's really good in theory. Take the starting area for example. The Bush Rescue HQ and the connected town of Buramaji are great examples to highlight the appeal of this game. There are tons of collectibles and money strewn about the place for you to find. Bush Rescue HQ in particular has a bunch of platforming challenges that require you to use different types of boomerangs. The missions in the sub-areas are designed similarly, having side routes and secrets to help you get more money. But remember I said good in theory. And here's the issue. This game's progression is all based on getting money to buy things. And I say progression like that because this game has no progression. Complete a mission, get money. Find a gear, get money. Talk to Steve,
Thoughts of that little orange dinosaur?
get money. Now that'd be great, except the money's fucking pointless. There's exactly 4 things you need to buy to beat this game, and you can get them all before you even beat the first boss. With the exception of the Frosty Rang, none of the rangs are needed to progress in the game. The rest are used exclusively to open up access to secret areas and get collectibles and money. You can't even argue that the rangs help with combat because they're exactly 2 good ones. The Omega Rang, which lets you throw 6 at a time and ricochets between targets, so all you have to do is find a bunch of enemies and just mash X. And then there's the Deadly Rang, the one that fucking explodes. The boomerangs all have infinite ammo too, so it's not like you need to buy the less effective rangs so you can save ammo on the good ones. So unless you're trying to 100% this game, you might as well just buy the 3 Bunyip keys, get the Frosty Rang and Omega Rang, then save the rest of your money for health upgrades. And no, those aren't terribly helpful either because the Omega Rang already makes the game piss easy. So if the only point to the additional boomerangs is to make money, and the only point to the money is to buy more boomerangs, then why even have all that shit in the game to begin with? I don't want to give off the wrong impression. Exploring the areas in the game is actually really fun, and an easier, more relaxing game is good sometimes. I actually rather like Tai 2. I'm just trying to highlight what felt like a missed opportunity. The majority of the boomerangs feel underused, and I would have liked to see them used in more interesting ways. Fortunately, what the game lacks in challenge and progression, it makes up for in charm. Tai 2 is set in Australia, so instead of the generic Ice World, Fire World, Water World, we get places like Dusty Canyon, Dinosaur Place, and fucking oil rig that's about to explode. Overall, a nice change of pace from the genre norms. So overall, what do I think of Tai 2? I think he puts the boom in boomerang. Wait, that's just the blurb on the back of the box, isn't it? Tai 2 is a good game if you're looking for something fun and relaxing to play. I'd say it has a similar sort of appeal as the Kirby games in the sense that it allows you to just sort of turn off your brain and have a fun little adventure. So Tai 2 gets the Cherry Dr. Pepper can of approval. Drink up, buddy. This one's for you. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I literally made an update video yesterday saying this was going to be delayed, and now it's up, so I probably look stupid now, but anyways, welcome to the end slate that I'm going to be putting on. I'm just going to shove these at the end of every Solid Stake show, and instead of doing update videos, I know some YouTubers, they do update videos. I don't really have anything to update, but I can just put them at the end of these Solid Stake reviews because they're going to be coming out only every couple of months, right? There'll be an annotation up on the update video I put yesterday in case you're wondering why, in case you're new, and if you're new, what's up? Your face is beautiful. But yeah, welcome to Endslate. I'm just going to have videos linked here. In this case, I'm going to have the deleted scene for this video, which I cut, but it was in a state where it was finished enough that I just figured I'd make it a little extra for you guys. That'll be up there, the update video from yesterday will be up there, and my first review I'll also have up on the screen right now. That's the Zone of the Enders one for if you're new. Face is still beautiful, by the way. Yeah, highly recommend those, go check them out, and I'll catch you on the flip side.